Close your eyes for a second and take a deep breath. And I want you to just visualize this violet light and energy that's coming in through the top of your head. And streamers, I want you to be doing this too. Close your eyes and just see this beautiful violet light and energy coming in. It's your power that's flowing into you. I want you to just deeply relax. Just let your hands drop. Relax your feet and your legs. Take a big breath through your diaphragm. Take another breath. I want you to just imagine this violet energy and it's flowing in. And picture yourself, you're just on this river. It's a soft flowing river. You're floating in a little boat and it's just flowing. It's a river of timelessness. There's no time and space. You just feel this beautiful energy flowing to and through you. And understand that within you is so much power. And it's so marvelous. And it's all for your greater good. And it's all directed by your thought. And you are behind your thought. I want you to see yourself and you're talking to somebody. And they're looking at you and their eyes are bright. And they're just looking at you. They're so happy to just be with you and talk with you. And you're making them feel so good about themselves. They feel like they're better off because of you and the impact that you've had on them and how you've made them think of them. And this violet energy is just flowing to and through you. I want you to feel it coming in through your head. Really feel it just softly swirling around, and it's a cleansing energy. Any chaotic ideas, any confusion, any fear is just flowing right out with that violet light, which is coming to and through you. And it just disappears when it flows through you. And it flows down into your neck and into your chest. And you feel so calm. And you get this feeling of certainty. Certainty that you're on the right path. Confidence that you're becoming aware of everything you need to become aware of to live the life that you want to live. And as it's flowing through your body, just feel it go down one arm and the other, and it goes through your fingertips, and then it comes right back through your head, and it's circulating, continually circulating and cleansing and leaving you feel beautiful and calm and confident, and understanding that this marvelous inner world is your world, and that you can do whatever you want. It's not just going to work for somebody else. It's working for you right here, right now. You choose your experience. And it's flowing down through your torso, into your lower body. And you just really have an understanding of what a great person you are, how kind you are, how generous you are, how you're always outward thinking. How can I make a difference? How can I help somebody? How can I raise my awareness and translate it for someone else to help them? And just see yourself right now. You're the director of your life. Really see and feel yourself having an experience that can only happen after your big goal is manifested. It's in your physical world, and you're experiencing this and you're feeling it. And this violet energy is swirling around, building your confidence, building your awareness. really lock that in and feel immense gratitude that you have an awareness that only a very, very small percent of people in the world have. And you have faith in this power within you.
All right.
And you know, no matter what, you can direct it. Always bring it back.
So we're gonna get started in a minute. Here we go. All right, good morning, and welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a champion and wanting to change how the world look for you in a few days, weeks, months. Shouldn't take long. Welcome. We're going to start by a quick meditation, just to be relaxed in the mode of what I call goal achieving mode and grateful mode. It's a beautiful few words. It's about 6 minutes that would get you in the sphere, in the mode of becoming what you want to become, because the theme for today is you cannot be in what you want. You want to be what you are, right? Want and being are two different states. So I want you to be grateful and think of your goal. Think of it here already achieved, and just see it happen. And we're going to put a lot more color to that as we go along. So we have a very special session today. So welcome, Ruth. Welcome, Amal. Welcome, Rajitsi. And I thought I saw Larissa as well earlier. But let's see what happens. Okay. So here we go. And it's not too late to invite a friend or two or three or post it. So it's going to be a good day.
Close your eyes for a second and take a deep breath. And I want you to just visualize this violet light and energy that's coming in through the top of your head. And streamers, I want you to be doing this too. Close your eyes and just see this beautiful violet light and energy coming in. It's your power that's flowing into you. I want you to just deeply relax. Just let your hands drop. Relax your feet and your legs. Take a big breath through your diaphragm. Take another breath. I want you to just imagine this violet energy and it's flowing in. And picture yourself, you're just on this river. It's a soft flowing river. You're floating in a little boat and it's just flowing. It's a river of timelessness. There's no time and space. You just feel this beautiful energy flowing to and through you. And understand that within you is so much power. And it's so marvelous. And it's all for your greater good. And it's all directed by your thought. And you are behind your thought. I want you to see yourself and you're talking to somebody. And they're looking at you and their eyes are bright. And they're just looking at you. They're so happy to just be with you and talk with you. And you're making them feel so good about themselves. They feel like they're better off because of you and the impact that you've had on them and how you've made them think of them. And this violet energy is just flowing to and through you. I want you to feel it coming in through your head. Really feel it just softly swirling around, and it's a cleansing energy. Any chaotic ideas, any confusion, any fear is just flowing right out with that violet light, which is coming to and through you. And it just disappears when it flows through you. And it flows down into your neck and into your chest. And you feel so calm And you get this feeling of certainty that you're on the right path, confidence that you're becoming aware of everything you need to become aware of to live the life that you want to live. And as it's flowing through your body, just feel it go down one arm and the other, and it goes through your fingertips, and then it comes right back through your head, and it's circulating, continually circulating and cleansing and leaving you feel beautiful and calm and confident, and understanding that this marvelous inner world is your world, and that you can do whatever you want. It's not just going to work for somebody else, it's working for you right here, right now. You choose your experience, and it's flowing down through your torso, into your lower body, and you just really have an understanding of what a great person you are, how kind you are, how generous you are, how you're always outward thinking. How can I make a difference? How can I help somebody? How can I raise my awareness and translate it for someone else to help them? And just see yourself right now. You're the director of your life. Really see and feel yourself having an experience that can only happen after your big goal is manifested. It's in your physical world, and you're experiencing this and you're feeling it. And this violet energy is swirling around, building your confidence, building your awareness. Really lock that in and feel immense gratitude that you have an awareness that only a very, very small percent of people in the world have. And you have faith in this power within you. And you know no matter what, you can direct it. Always bring it back to this place. I want you to just take a deep breath and lock that feeling in. And just think gratitude. In every cell of your being, gratitude. A deep, deep appreciation for where you are, right here and right now. There's a marvelous inner world. It exists within you, and it allows you to do, to attain, and to achieve anything you want within the bounds or limits of nature. You decide what that is for you. Now I want you to come back, open your eyes, lock that in, really lock it in, keep it with you all day. Open your eyes.
So beautiful. Lock that in, right? Be in that grateful state where you feel the abundance, you feel the growth. And even though I know your paradigm might be kicking you in the butt, it might be telling you, this is no way, this is the way it works. I can't believe we're doing this. There's going to be all kind of thoughts coming to your head, but all you have to do is just come along, because this is happening to a lot of people. Good things are happening. So it doesn't matter how much the paradigm is fighting it. You have to become aware. I want you to become in charge of your mind. I want you to become in charge of your ability to manifest the things that you want. Because if I can do this, you can do this. That's why we're doing this. So welcome, and thanks for being here. Thanks for taking time to be with us. Clients and visitors, all cool. We're just gonna have a beautiful lesson today. I also have a beautiful small prayer that I've been reading often, and it just centers my attention on every one of us, right, is here to serve. Every one of us is here to grow something. And hopefully from what you serve, you're going to earn some income to further your self and family and everybody. And so as I'm reading this, and you can read it in your heart, you can read it loud with me, whatever you want, replace the I. It's not me. This is you as well. So it is it's the power of the I am is in this prayer. I got this from a good friend of mine from Toronto. Her name is Fatima. And it's a beautiful prayer that it will connect you with your mission. It will connect you with your purpose so that you can start falling in love with what you do. Okay. I don't read it every day, but today we're going to read it. So today, more than ever, I find myself in the hands of God. This is what I've wanted all my life from my youth, to serve, to contribute, and to make a difference. Today, I enter into the consciousness of abundance and plenty. I know that everything I do will prosper. I know that everything I demand will, everything I demand upon the universe will be honored. What I want wants me to. What I desire is moving toward me. Today, I expect success in everything I do. Today and every day, I show up for myself with unconditional love. I show up for all the people whom I'm called to serve. Today is a very important day as someone's life will be touched because I showed up for them. I'm happy to challenge myself this way, give up something I prefer in exchange for something else, more magnificent and meaningful than my comfort. This is how leaders are made, and I am one great leader. The world needs me more than any time, and I choose to do this for the world. So help me God. Amen. So the idea is to see yourself furthering the good, right, of the world, of what you do, because whatever you're doing, you're helping somebody. Your service is needed, and I need you to believe in it so much that the world and the abundance will start coming to you in many different ways. That is the goal. That is the plan. That's the vision. It's going to take, I don't know if any of you are religious or not. I am Christian, but this applies for any religion and whatever you believe in, to really engage the law of attraction, to really engage the law of vibration into your well-being. So that's what's meant with this, because you've made a good decision to be here today. And I want you to remember the last time you made a good decision. When was the last time you made a good decision, right? And as you learn some of the things today, I want you to use that to further your goal. It's not just to put information on the shelf. I have a lot of books already. You probably have a lot of books, but what you're going to do to help your goals. So I want you to use the few things you're going to write down. Say, how can I use this for my goal? Because I don't know what you need. I know what I need. That's why I'm doing this. You need something too. So from this, you're going to be inspired to figure out what you need. Okay. Um, and I want you also to consider the question of what happens if you change nothing. What happens if nothing changes after you listen to all this information? Okay. So now I mentioned in the email and yesterday's class to the clients who were here, I have my notes here, that I was going to talk about how I built this workout habit, because it's so important. Like, the idea is to build a habit. And my favorite line has been on habits is God's way of making it automatic. So when you wake up and you habitually pray, you're habitually grateful, you're habitually thankful, it's God's way of making it automatic. Now, I wanted the workout to be like that. So I did not start working out at the beginning of the year. I mean, I was doing a little bit on and off, but consistently I have not. And I wanted to document and feel what's it like to actually just want to work out. What's it like to actually want to be fit? What's it like to how you going to do it? Like, so I spent some time planning, spent some time thinking. Looking back at it now, I think it was more of a procrastination. It was more my old me. The old paradigm is not allowing me to start. Like, and this is part of decisions making. You got to make a decision. If you want to get fit, you start. You don't wait. You start. So But I waited till about halfway through January when I said, you know what, this is it. This is the day. I'm going to start working out today and I'm not going to stop because this is the year where I'm going to get fit. But I got to tell you, it was not easy. Everything came in the way. Don't do it. This is not the right thing. You've got a presentation. You got to drive the wife here. You got to drive that. Everything keeps happening. Now, I did not make it easy though. It wasn't to be working out once a day. I wanted to work out three things: cardio, spin cycle, and weights. Total about an hour a day, but three things because I want to work on the inner, the inner muscular or skeletal thing. I want to work on my muscle. I want to grow my muscle. And I want to, the flexibility and strength. So it had to have weights, it had to have cycling, it had to have the stretch. So three different things. So as I got going, I was the first, like, okay, I gotta do the three things. And then stuff starts happening. The doctor's visit, the kid needs this, the car breaks down. And all these are things stopping me from doing what I want to do because the excuses will come. Few of the nights, I think on the 8th and 9th and maybe 10th day, I worked out late in the evening. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And usually I never do that. I don't want to work out in the evening. I want to put it in the day. But it's all because I kept delaying it, kept delaying the progress. But I committed to me first, and I had to do it. So I've never ever worked out at night that late. The other thing I did, and I'm thankful to some of you, you probably supported me online in one way or another, where I was posting about my working out. Now, why was I doing that? Now, I want to engage other people to work out as well, but I'm also doing it for me. I'm selfish because me putting it out there saying, hey, I'm on day 2, I'm on day 3, I'm on day 4, I'm putting myself on the line now. So I'm on the hook. Some people know I'm on a 90-day track of want to work out. And now some people are saying, oh, he's on day 3, he's on day 4. I had some people call and, they were off by one day because they're watching my stuff, right? Which is pretty cool. But that helped me as well to stay the game, right? I was willing to do everything. Okay. So, posted whatever on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, on my face story. My brother's in Toronto. I have a brother in Toronto. We used to work out every day together, to push-ups and stuff. I had, a few calls with him as well. But then by the 8th or 9th day, I was just tanking. It was just not happening. I was just like, everything was telling me, forget this. I don't need to work out 6 days a week. I don't need to work out every day. Like my mind was just taking me back. And I was like, man, what do I need to do? Like, what is next? So again, in the morning, as you study, as you focus, what do you really want? Okay, I want a good health. Well, why do I want good health? I want to be fit. Why do I want to be fit? Because it feels good. Why does it feel good to be fit? Well, it feels good to be fit because then I'm not struggling picking up stuff. I'm not struggling climbing stairs. I start to find the why. It still wasn't enough. So then what happened? I went to I have a BNI meeting, Business Network International. And in that meeting, she's not even part of the group. She came as a visitor. And so in that group, there's 25 people or so now. And we don't have a fitness trainer. But she was the visitor for that day. And that was the day that I was like, on the downhill. It's already 7:38 in the morning. Usually I'm already worked out and I haven't. And she said, that's what she does. And I was like, I have no idea who she is. I said, you know what? I'm a client. I want to start with you. I want you to help me. I'm going to sign up. So I added basically a trainer half, the 8th, 9th day, just to help me get along because you got to be willing to do whatever it takes. When you start on something new, everything is going to come in the way to stop you. Like how many books you have that you haven't read? You just read the first few pages. How many things you've started? How many vitamin pills you bought? And you said, oh, it's a good thing. I'll take the vitamins. And then 10 days later, you stop. 3 days later, because you want to improve, but your old you doesn't let you. So this is what was happening. So then I hired this girl. Her name is, what's her name? Rachel's her name. And she's here local, half an hour from me, 20 minutes from me. So met her, she told me what to do. We set things up and then I kept going. Then I got kind of a little more energy for the weekend because now it was Thursday. I worked out Friday. I saw her. Then I saw her on Saturday, the first week, a couple of times. And then, so I see her now once a week. So then, at the 12th day or so, I had a meeting with my mastermind group and I told them what's going on. So I have a group that we meet once a week, the real estate people, for the most part. There's one that's not, but, and I told them, and every week we commit to what we're doing. We're like, what am I doing this week? What am I going to do by next week? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to keep going, keep working out. And one of the ladies volunteered to check on me every day. So every day she sends me a message and a text and I got a reply if I worked out or not. So the reason I'm telling you this is I had to do everything, whatever it took, like to do it. But now, by day 14, it was starting to feel like, okay. Uh, I think on Sunday was day 15th. You start losing track, which is good. When you start losing track of the number of days, that's when it's becoming automatic. And then basically Sunday and Monday, it felt natural. It felt natural to actually come in here, sit on the cycle and cycle spin for 20 minutes. It felt natural to go to the corner, grab the mat, put it on the ground, spread the mat, put some music on, and actually do the, inner core exercise. It felt normal to grab the weight. I have 15-pound dumbbell to actually. So it did not feel like strange. It did not feel tiring. It felt like this is what I need to do. That's what happened Sunday and Monday. But and also at the same time, I think it was I forgot to say, on the third and fourth day, I have a local gym as well that a Sporta it's called. So I started going there every day, taking pictures, talking to people, and doing my 30 minutes. It just felt different with all the resistance, with all the not wanting to do it, all the pushing, but getting all these people to help, being in a group, going to the gym, going to this special trainer, actually writing things down, documenting how I feel every day. That was important to me as well. How did I feel about it? Because for me to work out and spend the time, I wanted to feel something out of it. I'm going to give it the 50, 60 minutes of my life. What am I going to get out of it? I wanted to feel the change. So if I'm reading a book, I want to feel something out of it. I want to know what I'm getting out. And that's how it happened. By the 15, 16 days, no, today, so I already did one part today, whatever time it's now. So I have two more parts to do, but it feels normal. It feels natural. But I got to tell you, it wasn't easy. It was not easy. And you hear these things, oh, it takes 21 days to make a habit, 60 days. It's going to take whatever it takes. For me, it took everything. Uh, you know, so the message here is habit is God's way of making it automatic. So this study habit that we do, so I'm going to bring up a page on the screen here for us to share to see of why we study, why you're here, and how we can how you can start doing this. Now, some of you are clients, some of you are visitors, so welcome aboard, all of you, anyways. But I want you to see the reason we're studying. That's the number one thing we're doing every day consistently is to be disciplined about what we want to do. Now I did it for the workout, so that's good. Now it's not behind me. I got to keep doing it, right? It's starting to feel good normal time. Boom. The study habit of being here should be normal. Should start become normal after you do it for 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 8 days, 10 days. And then you'll wake up, you just go and grab the book. You just go and you write your goal. So these first two things are the habits that we need to build. Reading and writing your goal, studying some good material, because that's how my training works. Systematic study, elite level mentorship, and then accountability. Now you can see number 3 here, ask. What action steps can you take today? How can I increase my income? What are the ways to improve? So you can do that for your business goals and for your strategy, but I had to do that in these past 16 days for my habit, for my goal of staying fit. What do I need to do? That's how the idea came to hire the fitness trainer. That's how the idea came to post. That's how the idea came to do this and do that. You need to ask. The answers will come, but you need to ask. Now, yesterday, in the class yesterday, I explained a bit more what happens when we ask. Basically, when you have an idea in your mind, And this is your conscious mind. And you're thinking about this idea. You're wanting this idea. Okay, you're thinking about it. And we start impressing the idea on the subconscious mind. And the idea starts to go down to the subconscious mind. So this is conscious, this is subconscious. It's here. So what happens? Once you want it so bad, once it becomes a desire, once it becomes something that you really, 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 really want, desire, like a burning desire, this idea has to come to life. It must. It's like the birth. You're giving birth to the idea. You start with an idea. It's a thought. I wanted to work out. I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel strength. I desired the emotionally feeling how that's going to be. It became a burning desire. Once it becomes a burning desire, okay. So now let's erase it. So now it's a burning desire. So then what happens? Once it's a burning desire, it's now suspended. It's now here. So now it's a desire. It's I really, really want it. And guess what happens? Everything you really, really want must happen. It must come to life. All your desires must come to life. Everything starts happening to make it happen. The universe will start working on your behalf. That's how I met that girl, Rachel, out of nowhere. That's how my membership got activated all over again. That's how I had people from social media sending me messages. The world will start complying with you. You will activate the law of attraction and the law of vibration when you fall in love with an idea. But you have to ask. You have to ask, what do I need to do? You have to ask. Now, this applies to my habit that I'm building now and my working out. It could apply to your money goal. Okay? This can apply to your money goal. What do you need to do today to serve your clients? Who do you need to speak with? Who do you need to follow up with? You might have a list of 50 names, but you can't do all of them. Who are the first 5 that you're going to reach to today? Okay. Who are the first 5? So that's one thing that we talked about that briefly yesterday. So I also want to mention, because some of you are new, you're welcome to gently and kindly share your stuff in the chat if you want to tell people what you do and who do you serve. This way, in case somebody needs you, they can reach out to you. Like, I know Red Jits is my amazing new client this week. She does video editing and promotion, Facebook ads and LinkedIn and that kind of stuff. So if you care, you can share that in the chat, and you're welcome to do that. So the next part, I'm going to share my iPad and the real lesson for the day. So let's do that. iPad, here we go. So let me just see where we are with this. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we can start here. We can start with this page, I think. Let's start with this page. So you guys can see my page? You can, yeah, it's sharing, right? Yeah, it's good. So what's going on here? For some of you who are new, it's okay. For some of you who are been around, it's okay too. So this is your mind. Just think of that. This is your mind. We need a picture. That's what's called the stickman figure. Okay. Truman Fleet came up with this, and he split it. He said, this is your conscious mind and this is your subconscious mind. And the idea of this is that we need a picture. If you don't have a picture of the mind, you're not going to understand how that works. And that's what this picture is all about. This is your mind. This is intellectual mind, and this is the subconscious mind. That's what this picture is all about. Okay. Now, we have to move to the positive instead of being in the negative. If your results are not where you want, it's because you're too much on the negative. If your results are not where you want them to be, is because you're too much on this side. There's too much negative stuff happening to you instead of positive stuff. You see, attitude is everything. Attitude, thoughts, feelings, and action deliver your results. So I got to teach you how to be on this side, on the positive side. Now, how do you do that? And why do we want to do that? So, well, the how we do that is by number one, study, which is what the first habit you're building. The first habit that I teach when you're with me is to study. Systematic study. Systematic study of what? Systematic study of some material that would really get you in control. I want to get you in control of your mind. Like, I want you to start getting in control. There's too much stuff happening. There's too much information coming to your mind from all over the place. Information is coming from the radio, it's coming from your neighbors, coming from the news, it's coming from everywhere, okay? Everywhere is coming, but it doesn't mean it's good information. You might have to stop, you might have to reject all this information. All of it, you might have to reject it because a lot of the stuff we're hearing is just not right. So we have to study. Now, what happens when we study? Well, when we study, we go from being afraid to being in faith. Most people are spending too much time here in fear mode. They have worry, doubt, and fear. And I call this the unholy trinity. Like, I'm Christian, right? So, Father, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, right? So this is like that. This is the unholy trinity: worry, doubt, and fear. You worry about the money you're going to make. You worry about your health. You worry about your children being sick. And guess what? The more you worry, the more the stuff is happening. How does that even work? Well, I'm going to share with you how this works. Here's how it works. You might believe this, you might not. It doesn't matter. You can resist it all your life, but I can tell you, this is the truth. When Ray Stanford told Bob, read this book every day, it's going to change your life. Bob is like, what are you talking about? He goes, yeah, read this book. And Bob goes, why should I read it? And Ray goes, look, my way is working, your way is not. Do what I'm telling you to do. So Bob started reading this Think and Grow Rich book, right? And his life changed. My way is working, your way is not. So, and that's the thing. We don't know what we don't know. We might not become alchemists in all this material, but you have to open up your mind to allow some new things into your life. If you're going to be so rigid and not allow anything, guess what? You're going to stay stuck and you're going to stay the same. So we don't know what we don't know. So what I'm telling you is that we have to stop allowing all these negative ideas from coming into our life. This is your body. This is your conscious mind. This is your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is in charge. 98% of what you do has to do with what's happening inside your subconscious mind. Has to do with what you're telling yourself. Has to do with what are you attracting into your life. Clients, no clients, poor clients, people with no money. It's all happening because of your subconscious mind is asking for it. So what do we need to do? Well, we need to stop asking for the things that we don't want to. We don't want. We got to start asking for what we want, not for what we don't want. But most of us will resist this idea because we are programmed with negativity. We're most likely to say no than yes. We're most likely not to trust strangers. We're most likely not to take a risk. We're most likely not to take a chance because we want to play it safe. And playing it safe got us here. If you want to change your life 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, there is no safe. Forget it. There's no safe. You're going to have to take a risk on you. So that's why we study. So when we study, we move from fear to faith. We study. And I'm not talking a lot. 15, 20 minutes, half an hour a day. That's all you need. Like today, this is 1 hour study. This is all you got to do. This is more than plenty. Now, once you have faith instead of fear, then you're not going to have this anxiety in your life. You're going to have well-being. And well-being, guess what? Is expressed. Well-being is expressed. People will see that you're happy. People will see that you actually deliver good news. People will see that you are the man or the woman that, stands behind of what you do and what you talk about. That's the beauty of it, okay? That's the beauty of it. Now, can this happen overnight? It can. It takes time. You're going to have to take some practice. You're going to have to accept some ideas and reject some others. You're going to have to reject these negative ideas. And you're just going to want to allow these positive ideas to come to your mind, which would get your body into the vibration that you need to take the action, and then the world will give you a reaction. And then you get some kind of results. That's what happens. Most people are stuck. Why? Well, there are many reasons, but the main reason, they don't take any action. They collect information up here. Any book you read just stays in your mind. Nothing happens to it. That's why I'm telling you today what you're going to do with this information. Which habit you want to start building. How you're going to start being positive. Like how you're going to apply this information. We don't want to be collecting. I had 5 degrees before I started to wake up. But the degrees were just up here in my mind, in the intellectual mind. They need to be here in my subconscious mind. That's what needs to happen. We need the ideas to go to the subconscious. Now, I'm going to go to another page here just to show you why that's important. Because I think there's a diagram here. Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, so it's here. This is a good one. So basically, any information we get comes here. Now, once it comes here into your conscious mind, you can choose to accept it or reject it. So you can hear negative information and say, nope, I'm not listening to that. You can hear that the market is bad. Nope, I'm not listening to that. Real estate is bad. Nope, I'm not listening to that. There's people making money in all markets. You have to choose what you want to allow to go in. We have to learn how to use our subconscious mind because it's got 98% control. The way you live, the way your heart is beating, the way you're breathing, the way your body is functioning, it's all controlled by your subconscious. You don't tell yourself to breathe, you just breathe. You don't tell your heart to work, it just works. So we need to take this new idea that we want and put it in here, in our subconscious, and let this subconscious that's got all this control to work on this idea. Idea of what? The idea that you want. I want it to work out with ease. I want to make working out to be a habit. You might want to have some money in your pocket. You might want to have some clients. Let's put this idea in there. Let's build this paradigm of clients come to you, right? What paradigm are you building? What habit are you building? That's the beauty of it. Once we understand this, we'll start using it for good. So let's go to the page that I wanted to show. Oh, this is the page. So that's why this is important. Because this subconscious, it cannot reject anything. It takes any ideas you give it. So once you think of something and you put it in here, you start impressing it over and over and over and over again. Guess what? It will eventually take hold. You're not going to believe it at first. Like if you've never made $1 million and you tell yourself, I want to earn $1 million, you're not going to believe it. And that's okay. Because your goal has to be something beyond of what you've done before. So it's not believable at the beginning to earn $1 million if you've never earned $1 million. So you don't have to believe it at first, but you just have to keep impressing the idea. 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 Eventually, it will take hold. I don't know how long it takes. Nobody knows how long it takes. It will take. It took 16 days for my workout habit. Now, my $1 million thing a month is not working yet. No, I'm not asking for that yet, but I have a money goal for a month. It's not working. It's getting close, but it's not. So I got to build what I want. Whatever it is that you think about, you have to build it. You have to start wanting it, wanting it, wanting it, wanting it, wanting it, wanting it. And you keep doing it again and again. Eventually, you're going to get into the feeling of this thing that you want, and your body will get into the vibration to take the action that you need, and the world will give you a result. And the beauty of this Once you understand the subconscious mind, it cannot reject the idea. You can give it anything you want. It doesn't know if it's real or fake. Okay, so what does that mean? It doesn't know real or fake. So what the hell are we going to do with that idea? Well, I'm going to show you what to do with that idea. How are you going to pretend? How are you going to start living a life that you don't even have yet? Well, if you were here yesterday or the day before, purpose, vision, and goals, you would have seen it. Let's go with that. So that you are here. Let's go with the thicker pen. So why is this important? So you're here. And I want you to go to the future goal that you want. Okay. You can have your money goal. You can have how you're going to look. You're going to know how you feel, the house you live in. I don't know. Like where do you want to be 5 years from now? And you start asking yourself, how do I look? How do I feel? Where do I live? Who do I hang around? What do I eat? How do I look 5 years from now? Right? But you're here. So then you start looking, well, while you're here, we start looking at this big list. And there's a lot of this, right? Okay. Would a $10 million Kamal do this for? No, I wouldn't do that, So then you stop doing something. Where would Kamal live if he's got that kind of money? Okay, he would live here. Okay. So you'll start thinking from the future and being now, right? So we want the subconscious mind. Remember the subconscious mind, right? We want these ideas from the future to be here. And we're going to think about them again and again and again and again. So that's one of the exercises that we explained very clearly the other day. Why do we want to do that? Because we want to live with the wish fulfilled. I want to see where I want to go 5 years from now, but I want to start doing it now. I want to start feeling it now. I want to start behaving like that now. This is now, right? We're living in the now that we only have now. We don't have the future, but I want to start acting the future now because I want my subconscious mind to give me what I want. That's the feeling, right? It's going to attract what I need to make that happen. The subconscious mind is what you want to do. That's how you're going to get better. It's all in the subconscious mind. So you start taking the future ideas and you start living it now. And I think we have another thing that I showed you on the purpose, vision, and goal, because it all lines up, right? So let's say this is your purpose. And this is your vision. And we're going to have goals. Goal number 1, goal number 2, goal number 3, goal number 4. These are goals. So I have a big purpose, and your purpose could be to have $100 million legacy fund for some association, okay? That's your purpose. That's your vision. Your vision is to stay on course until that happens, okay? But this is, I don't know, 10 years from now, 5 years from now. I don't know how far that is. I don't know how much you can see into the future. I usually like to go 5. I don't want to go 10, 20, 30. 5, I can imagine. You can go more if you want, but I do 5. And the goals are today's goals. Like, what am I going to do this day? What am I going to do this week? Like, so with the goals, I go, okay, let's say I have let's say $1 million goal, right? Per year. Okay. So then you need to make about $83,000 per month. So I know on every month, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's what I need to make. And you need to make $83,000. Okay. All right. So now that we know that, So now we can start by saying, okay, so we have the year, we have the month, we have the week, we have the day, and then we have the actions. So what actions I need to do today? Because I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I need to do this year. And this is the goal for the year. And then once you get there, once you get to that number, right, we can always move the goal up. You could always move the goal up. I like goals that are stacked. So what does stacking the goals mean? I gotta go to an empty page. So I like to do the goals like this. So if this is my goal and I'm here, I like to do that. I just cannot see me making $10 million. That's what I want. I want to have a $10 million fund, right? It's not here now, but I can see me making 1 million. I can see me making 2 million. So what are the actions that I need to take to get to this goal? And once I get there, okay, I'm going to 2-time it. So that's how I see these big goals. But if I go back to this other image, where is it? The one we drew. No, I think we deleted it. See yourself in the future and bring it to the now. So that was part of the lesson for today that I had thought about. We are I'm gonna show you a quick video, and then we're gonna watch the video of lesson 1 because some of you are on lesson 1 anyways. So let's do that. Let's do that. The key is to get in motion. Like you have to start. You have to start. How do I say that? You want to get serious. Like you have to say, this is my year. This is the year where I'm gonna stop goofing around. I'm gonna start like becoming the man or like this is my year. You have to say, I'm gonna do this year. I mean, that's it. No more goofing around. Like this is your year. Okay. Yeah, you have to get serious. It's not for the faint of heart, like this kind of stuff. Some people are wishing and hoping. It's not for wishing and hoping. So what you're gonna hear next should move you in a way that you need to be doing more. Like you have to get serious to become part of the 1%, 2% club. That's like people that are making 300, 400,000 to 700,000 a year at least. There's different data. I saw 400,000 for the 1% club, and then I saw another set of data 780. So I don't know. So if you want to become part of that 1% club, you're gonna have to change some things. Oh, that's cool. Some of you shared your stuff in the chat. That's awesome. That's good. Yeah, please connect with each other. That's the idea. And thank you for the compliment, Rajitsi. Connect with each other because you never know who needs what. So to become part of the 1%, you have to do things differently. But you have to take it serious. You have to start. So what is your day 1 for you? What is the day 1 that you're going to say, I'm not quitting on myself anymore. I'm not going to have a slump days anymore. I'm just going to start being at my best every day. Is today the day? Is today the day when you're going to actually wake up? You have to decide, this is my best day today. Like, there is no more time. You're probably thinking there's tomorrow, there's next week. There is no tomorrow. There is no next week. Your goal has to be today. Today, I'm going to be my best. Today, I'm going to do my best talk. Today, I'm going to explain something as best as I can, the best way I can. So today, are you going to do the best you can on your goal? That's the problem. Most of us are goofing around. We are just not serious. And I want you to get serious. So what you're going to listen to this 50-second is, think of it from your goal perspective. How serious are you about your goal? Because if you're not serious, that's why it's not happening. You need to take a stand. Now, at some point in life, you're an adult. I'm an adult. There's no more supervision. You're the boss of you. So who's watching you? This is the third part of the training and the coaching, the accountability. Who is watching you? Who is helping you? Who's guiding you? Who's making sure you're on track? So as you listen to this, think of it this way. Have you been showing up every day? And you have to be honest. You got to be honest with yourself.
See, the point is, you don't know how much future you've got. What's gone is gone. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Some of you have had terrible things happen in the past. But what's gone is gone. It's in the past. All you got is now. And therefore, you are quite capable of doing anything you set your mind to. You really can. When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it?
When are you going to do it? I don't know. I think last week we were talking a similar conversation. I think it was on purpose, vision, and goals. And this line came to mind, and I shared it with everybody, and they loved it. And it says, when you wake up, when you start waking up and becoming, wanting to be the better version of yourself, what you don't fix in yourself, you pass on to your kids. And it hit home for quite a few people that were in the class that day. Like, what you don't fix in yourself, you pass on to your kids. Your behavior, the way you show up, the way you do things, that kind of fortune you're gonna have. So that's why I want you to get serious. That's why I'm serious about this. Because the more I wake up, the more I'm making my kids better. The more they're becoming better. What you don't fix in yourself, you pass on to your kids. Now, it's not your fault the way you are. It's not my fault, but it's my responsibility. And as I wake up, as I raise my awareness, and that's what we're doing here, we're raising your awareness, by the way, that's what's happening. The only reason we don't have what we want yet is because we're not being it, and our awareness is not big enough. Once we raise the awareness, we will have what we want. I'll tell you one more story, and then we watch another 6-7 minutes of lesson 1 video. I went for a walk the other day. What was it? Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. With somebody who's been in Cincinnati for like 10 years. I've only been in Cincinnati for 5 years. He's been here 10. And he's walked this area so many times. And we're talking philosophy. We're talking about what he's doing, his life, and what's happening. And he's like, we're walking down this little trail, and there's stairs, and there's this big sculpture of thing. And he's seen this big box, this big cube for the last 10 years. And he told me about it many times. And the idea that I'm getting across is that we don't know what we don't know. So I went up to this big cube, and this big cube is connected to a little dot at the bottom, to a little fulcrum. And I spun it. And then the thing started spinning. And he goes, "Oh, wow. I didn't know the spins like that." I said, "Yeah, I know. You don't know what you don't know. I don't know what I don't know." Now, he's been in the area for 10 years. He's walked that trail a lot of times. And he's never knew that that thing can move like this. So we just don't see what we don't see. Your fortunes are around you. You just don't see them. And as we wake up, we will start seeing them, and we will attract them to our life. It was a perfect example for him because he wants to open his new restaurant, and he's too scared, and he's afraid, and this and that. I'm like, look, you don't know what you don't know. You got to start stepping out. It's time to grow up. It's time to get serious about your life. He's got a beautiful family back home. So, all right. So, let's see how we're doing with time. All right, we're a little bit more time than what I wanted, but it's all good. We're gonna watch a few minutes of lesson 1. We're not gonna do all lesson 1 of thinking into results, but we are gonna watch a few minutes of it, just so you see how powerful this is, and then we'll continue with the whole lesson 1 and 2 this week. That's my goal. So this is lesson 1. We're probably going to need 7:05 or so. We'll get you 5 minutes over. Okay. Okay. So.
Hello there and welcome. I want to congratulate you for taking part in this program, Thinking into Results. Do you know, you probably think this just has to do with your work, but it really doesn't. This has to do with your family. It has to do with your social life, your health. It has to do with your life. I began studying this material close to 50 years ago. My life has changed so dramatically. I live in a healthy body. I'm happy. I'm wealthy. I have friends all over the world. And I have business all over the world. And it's all because of this material. You have absolutely no idea where this is going to take you. And when we talk about results, let's understand this. It's what we think that ultimately manifests as results. And that may seem like a bit of an exaggeration or maybe even a fairy tale to you at this point. But as you start to study it, you're going to realize it's not an exaggeration and it's not a fairy tale. It's real. So take this program seriously. Your leaders are going to give you something that you're going to be grateful for the rest of your life. I am forever grateful every day to have this information because you see, I'm in charge of me. I'm in charge of my world, and you're going to take charge of your world. You'll no longer be a victim of circumstance or a victim of any kind because you're going to take responsibility for your life and the results you get. We never have to blame. We never have to look at anybody else. And we are in control of how we think, how we feel, how we act, and therefore the results we get. You're going to start loving how you spend your days when you've got thinking into results in your pocket and in your mind. Enjoy it.
Hello, I'm Sandy Gallagher, your partner on this journey, Thinking into Results. When I first met Bob Proctor, I was already a successful business attorney, and I thought my life couldn't get much better, but it did. My life has expanded dramatically. I've learned a lot from Bob since we first met. He got me to shift my thinking and see the relationship of my mind to my behavior and my results. Bob Proctor is widely considered one of the greatest teachers in the world on the topic of human potential and growth. He's worked with many of the top companies around the world, from banks to airlines to insurance companies to computer giants like IBM. Working with Bob generates phenomenal results. One of the most valuable concepts that Bob taught me is the importance of setting goals. Not just any goal, not a goal you know how to achieve. I'm talking about a goal, a dream, a vision, something you think, something you know, in fact, is beyond your experience today. Because the true purpose of a goal is to help you grow in your awareness of yourself and of your team. What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? What are your goals? Let's see how you can begin thinking in a new and powerful way and begin discovering your true purpose in life. Are you ready?
The lesson that we're going to do right now could have a greater impact on your life than anything else. It certainly did on mine. You receive a little goal card. This is where you sit down and write out what you want on a card. And then you carry it loose in your purse or your pocket. Now on one side we've got here, change is inevitable, but personal growth is a choice, and it is. Do you know that you could wander up and down the streets of any city, anywhere in the world, and ask one person after another, what is their goal? And they'll look at you, and odds are pretty good they'll say, what do you mean? And if by chance you find someone that has a clearly defined goal, ask if they've got it in writing. And again, odds are pretty good they won't. If you decide what you want, and you write it on the card, and you carry it with you, I guarantee you it must happen. It absolutely must happen in your life. Now, why do we have goals? See, the average individual would say we have a goal to get more. You know, get a better house, get a bigger house, get a boat, get more money. No. That may be a result of the goal. You may, accumulate more in your life and nicer and better things. But the real purpose of a goal is to grow. It causes you to draw something out of yourself that you didn't even know was there. Now, when we set a goal, we're going after something we want. And if you know how to reach it, it's the wrong goal. Now, that probably sounds pretty silly. When you set a goal, you're going after something you want. And if you know how to reach it, it's probably the wrong goal. You're going sideways. I always mention that goals fall into three categories. I refer to it as A, B, and C. A-type goals are doing something you already know how to do. And I use an example in a program that I wrote about a young man that came to me and he asked me if I'd talk to him about his goal. And I said, sure, what's your goal? He said, I want to get a new car. And I said, well, that's okay. I said, what kind of a car do you want? He said, a new Pontiac. I said, well, Pontiac's a nice car. I've had a Pontiac. And I said, what are you driving now? And he said, a Pontiac. Really? I said, how long have you had it? And he said, 4 years. I said, how old's the Pontiac? He said, 4 years old. And I said, then what you're telling me is that you have had a new Pontiac that you bought 4 years ago. You bought it new. He said, that's right. And I said, that's not a good goal, because you've known for 4 years how to do that. There's going to be no growth attached to it. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't get a new Pontiac, but it would not constitute a goal. A goal is something that you're going to go after you've never done before. Now, when people move away from A-type goals, they generally go to B-type goals. And that's where they sit down and they gather all the information they've got, all the resources they've got, and they say, if all these things happen, then I could accomplish this. And they make a plan. They've got an absolutely beautiful plan. They've got the plan, and if all these things happen, then I can accomplish this. This is what they think they can do. You see, the A-type is what they know they can do. B is what they think they can do. Now, do you know that there's no inspiration in going after something like that? Absolutely none. And if you're going to really accomplish something, you're going to have to be inspired. You're going to have to pull on something that you haven't pulled on before. I mean, it's going to have to come from inside. See, people go after B-type goals, they get going and they get bored, they're not inspired, and so they quit, they give up. Now, the C-type goal is wants. And what you want, I'm talking about what you really want. Most people say, I don't know what I want. I don't believe that. I think you do know what you want. I think you're rejecting it before you give it any serious thought. To decide what you want, you've got to sit down and totally relax. And then you have to let your imagination wander. When you're going after wants, you're dealing with fantasy. See, the one, you're going after what you know. The other one, you're going after what you think you can do. And the wants is fantasy. Now, we have been conditioned as kids that fantasy is just for little kids. You don't fantasize. You've got to know how things are going to happen. But you see, you and I are the only creature on the planet, so far as we know, that can fantasize. Ed Hillary fantasized that he would stand on top of the world and he climbed Mount Everest. The Wright brothers, a couple of ordinary bicycle mechanics, they fantasized they'd introduce us to a new kingdom, and they did. Now think of this for a moment. What do you fantasize? See, as a little kid you could fantasize, and your mother and dad let you do that because it got you out from under their feet. You'd sit down in front of the kitchen cupboards with pots and pans, and God knows only what you did with it. But then you went to school. Bob, pay attention. You see, your mind's wandering. Will you quit looking out the window and listen to what I'm telling you? And you see, we'd get punished, and pretty soon we stopped fantasizing. We put our imagination away and we stopped using it. Do you know, Napoleon Hill said the imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force the world has ever known. Don't you find it strange that we have great, huge companies, big multinationals, with small creative departments? We have people wandering around and say, well, I'm not really creative. Writers are creative, musicians are, but I'm really not creative. Everyone is creative. Creativity comes from the root creator, which is within. Everybody's creative. It's a matter, are you expressing your creativity? Well, don't let people steal your dream. When you sit down and decide what you want, you won't know how you're going to get it. The fun is in finding out how you're going to do it. When I set a goal, if it doesn't sort of scare me, I know I'm on the wrong track. See, if you know how you do it, you're going to go sideways. You've got to build a fantasy.
So let's stop it here. You gotta build a fantasy. And that's a common problem that people don't do. I didn't do for a long time. And that's why our results kind of stay the same. So usually we stay on time, but we're only 5 minutes over. But we'll continue with this lesson and lesson 2 this week. That's the goal. Hopefully this served you. I'm glad you guys shared some information in the chat. Bruce, I put your stuff there as well. I'm not sure what's your last name, Bruce, because I can't tell on the screen, but I see Bruce does gutter cleaning, which is cool. So what you gonna do with this information, right? Just think about your goal. Think about, do you really believe you're gonna do this? Like, do you how much belief do we need to build to achieve this goal for you? And if you have any feedback, love to hear. Come back tomorrow. Do your thing today. Ask yourself, right? Am I doing my best? Am I doing my best? Are you going to show up at your best today? Like, you have a meeting, probably you have a conversation, you're going to work. Are you going to do the best job? Are you going to do the best presentation? Are you going to be the best? Because that's another thing that I want you to become, the best version of you. So, all right. The recording will take about an hour or so, maybe, to render and be uploaded to the shared drive, and then you'll have access to it if you need it. But come back tomorrow. Good seeing you, Ruth. Good seeing you, Bruce. Good seeing you, Amal and Rajitsi.